Welcome to the Lumenverse. Before we begin, are you listening to this while it's raining, or is it sunny where you are? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy our stories, please remember to like and subscribe. Now, let's begin. As the soft moonlight cast its silvery glow over the landscape, a narrow stone path unfolded before you, cradled by lush moss and trailing ivy. The cool night air carried a subtle jasmine fragrance, accompanied by the distant, rhythmic sound of waves gently lapsing against the shore. The path felt oddly familiar, as if your feet had tread this route before, even though your memory failed to recall such an experience. With each step, a sense of profound peace enveloped you, gently enveloping your being like a warm bath. After traversing the winding path adorned with tender, mossy greenery, you arrived at a remarkable archway. The structure was not crafted from conventional materials, but rather formed by the skillful blending of branches and gleaming silver threads that danced in a mesmerizing dance under the moonlit sky. The threads shimmered with every beat of your heart, as though mirroring the rhythm within you. Intrigued, you ventured through the shimmering archway, and for a fleeting instant the world seemed to pulsate subtly. The surroundings transformed, becoming hushed yet teeming with unseen life. As you passed through the archway, a breathtaking garden unfurled before you, an ethereal haven that diverged from any landscape you had encountered. Towering trees, their leaves gleaming with a pale luminosity, formed a silvery canopy overhead, adorned by diminutive, radiant blooms that swayed gently from the branches. Amidst this luminous display, an array of flowers in vivid hues graced the surroundings, while a delicate mist gracefully waltzed across the velvety grass. At the heart of the garden, a tranquil pond lay undisturbed, its surface perfectly mirroring the silvery full moon. As you meandered through the garden, a tall figure enveloped in flowing robes caught your attention. Their face, etched with a touch of tranquility, glimmered faintly, mirroring the starlight above. Their movements were languid, a testament to the timelessness that permeated this realm. Upon noticing your presence, the figure turned to face you, their smile warm and sincere. In a gentle whisper they greeted you, their voice carrying a soothing cadence. "Welcome. This is a haven for weary hearts and wandering souls. You may remain here for as long as you desire." Following the gentle guidance of the keeper, you were escorted to a stone bench nestled beside the tranquil pond. Crafted from alabaster, the bench had been smoothed and molded by countless hours of silent contemplation. Upon taking a seat, the soothing melody of gently trickling water from an unseen source permeated the air, accompanied by the heady aromas of blossoms in full bloom. With a sigh of surrender to tranquility, you closed your eyes, letting go of all thought, and allowing the garden to embrace you in its soothing embrace. The keeper offered no further words, for at this moment, all that was needed was the peaceful presence. Eyes flickered open, just enough to perceive the ethereal scene unfolding before you. As dainty luminous petals gently dislodged from a neighboring tree, they pirouetted through the air, defying gravity and ascending instead of landing. These petals, no longer bound by the pull of gravity, transformed into diminutive luminescent lanterns that gracefully floated above the rippling surface of the pond, resembling a celestial cluster that had come down to earth. The keeper observed this magical spectacle with a slight, enigmatic smile. "They will be your guide," they murmured, "for those venturing forth from the garden." After some time, you found yourself standing, ready to embark on the next phase of your tranquil journey. The keeper gestured towards a slender path that wove mysteriously through the luminescent trees, guiding you onward. The petals danced ahead, carried by an invisible current, beckoning you to follow. As you stepped onto the path, you discovered yourself in an expansive meadow. The grass beneath your feet, silvery in hue, glistened with the sheen of shimmering dew. The cool night air teased your senses, carrying a touch of minty sweetness mingled with the honeyed scent of blooming wildflowers. Your journey continued through the expansive meadow, guided by the drifting petals that led you deeper into the unknown. The soft burbling of a nearby stream grew louder, the sound of flowing water a comforting background to the night. As you knelt beside the stream, a mesmerizing sight unfolded before your eyes. Faint, luminescent words danced on the water's surface, forming names that seemed to carry whispers of a forgotten era. Some lingered for longer periods, while others quickly dissolved like mist, leaving behind only ephemeral traces. Intrigued, you dipped your fingers into the water, its current a gentle caress as the names glided past, their ghostly presence brushing your skin like the touch of feathers. Suddenly, A single name appeared, one that resonated with you in a way you could not explain. It lingered on the surface, refusing to be swept away by the current. Guided by the mysterious pull of the petals, you found yourself at the edge of a colossal tree, its trunk casting a gentle golden glow across the landscape. Its branches spread wide, creating natural shelters that resembled nests nestled among the foliage. As you slowly neared the impressive tree, you noticed the peculiarity of its roots, which curved to create small hollows and alcoves throughout the ground. Each hollow was blanketed with a thick layer of supple moss, inviting and soft. Pressing your back against the smooth bark, you closed your eyes, surrendering to the tranquility of the moment. In the depths of your mind, images unfolded, a symphony of sensations. The tree's dreams played out in a panorama of emotions, evoking memories of distant storms and sunlit summers, the cycle of seasons whispering ancient secrets. Time became an elusive concept as you stood there, the minutes blurring together until they felt as ethereal as the air you breathed. Your eyes opened once more. You noticed that the scenery had transformed yet again. Where there was once nothing, a new path appeared, gently sloping upwards towards a slender, silvery bridge formed from threads identical to those found in the garden's archway. Gazing down through the bridge's gaps, you discovered a mesmerizing scene. Stars, like snowflakes in slow motion, descended from above, creating a delicate spectacle of light trails that danced against the backdrop of an expansive nothingness. The act of crossing the bridge felt like treading upon air, each step almost weightless in the absence of sound. With every blink, the star patterns below shifted, reshaping into countless new constellations that danced upon the unseen surface. Caught in the mesmerizing spectacle, you froze as one singular star caught your gaze. It descended with a languorous grace, drawing closer until it seemed within reach, radiating a soft, warm glow deep within your chest. Passing over the bridge, you inhaled deeply, savoring the change in the air around you. The rich scent of jasmine with the invigorating scent of rain-soaked stone, creating a heady perfume that filled your senses. As you journeyed through a narrow valley, you took in the breathtaking sight of the vine-cloaked walls rising high on both sides. Every subtle sound you created, the whisper of your footsteps, the soft rhythm of your breath, echoed back to you in a soothing manner, as though the earth itself was whispering a gentle lullaby. The trail of petals had vanished, yet a sense of reassurance lingered in the air. It was as if the valley's very essence was guiding your steps, the sound of your footsteps reverberating off the walls in a comforting rhythm, silently promising that you weren't alone in this journey. Finding a moment of respite, you leaned against the velvety smooth stone wall. Beneath the surface, you felt a subtle, almost imperceptible energy pulsing, a steady rhythm that mimicked the calming beat of the earth's heart. As the walls of the valley receded, they revealed the breathtaking sight of a vast, tranquil lake. Its surface was eerily still, the water reflecting the moon's light so flawlessly it seemed like a second world existing below. At the edge of the water, a slender dock extended, carrying the only visible disruption to the mirror-like expanse. At its very end sat a diminutive boat in the shape of a curled leaf, gently rocking with a mesmerizing motion despite the absence of any breeze. Continuing your journey, you approached the edge of the expansive lake. The water's surface was flawlessly smooth, its mirror-like finish reflecting the glow of the moon and creating the illusion of a separate world beneath the glass-like surface. At the end of the narrow dock, a modest leaf-shaped boat rocked gently without the influence of any wind. There was something both serene and enigmatic about the seemingly inanimate vessel, as if patiently awaiting your presence. With a soft inhale, you placed a single foot onto the boat, and without any rowing action, it began to glide across the lake. The water remained eerily quiet. The absence of the familiar sound of water lapping against the hull added to the surreal atmosphere, creating the impression of moving through a dream state, where time was inconsequential. Midway through your tranquil journey, a ripple disturbed the reflection of the moon, creating a temporary interruption. Within the depths of the lake, you noticed glowing shapes, unlike any known fishes, drifting and swirling, leaving fleeting sparks behind as they ascended toward your boat, only to vanish before they could. The boat's gentle glide came to an end as it reached the shore, coming to rest upon the soft, pristine white sand. In your path, countless statues stretched out before you, their forms carved from a material that was neither cold nor lifeless, but rather possessed the texture and warmth of sun-kissed driftwood. Curiosity stirred within you, prompting you to stroke the surface of one of the sculptures. To your surprise, the figure's form seemed to respond with an almost imperceptible hum, as if breathing deeply in slumber. You continued your climb, mounting the steps carved from pale stone that were blanketed with layers of assorted leaves, vibrant golds, deep crimsons, and glimmering silvers. The leaves cascaded down incessantly from above, seemingly without any source nearby. As you ascended, the air around you grew progressively warmer, infused with the enticing aromas of autumn spices, cedarwood, and a crisp, distant hint of rainfall. Midway through the ascent, you lingered momentarily, allowing the drifting leaves to gracefully touch your skin, only to dissolve upon contact, leaving a soothing, lingering warmth in their passing. With a final step, you reached the end of the staircase, where a vast and smooth expanse of pale mist extended before you. Initially, you believed it was merely fog, until realizing that the mist was remarkably supportive and could bear your weight. Peering below, the thick haze briefly parted, revealing glimpses of a vast, darkened landscape. Moonlight glimmering on silver rivers coursing through shadowy forests, and pinprick clusters representing distant settlements. The mist narrowed into a slender bridge, and the faint sound of a chiming bell echoed in the distance, beckoning you forth. Finally reach the end of the misty bridge, and a small wooden pavilion greets you, its petal-shaped roof gently rising above. A large glass bell hangs within the pavilion's center, its concave surface filled with elegant swirls of both silver and gold. The bell sways gently without any external influence, its chimes creating a mesmerizing rhythm that resonates through the air with a tranquilizing effect so profound it's reminiscent of a gentle lullaby. You notice an enigmatic figure standing beside the bell pavilion, clad in a flowing robe that conceals their features, except for the brim of an oversized hat. They incline their head respectfully at your approach. As they gesture towards the parted mist, creating a pathway for you to pass, you sense a subtle invitation, and without hesitation, you follow the figure's unspoken directive. You find yourself surrounded by an expansive field that stretches into the distance, its vastness only adding to the ethereal charm of the surroundings. The peculiar flowers scattered across the landscape resembled diminutive paper lanterns, their luminescence pulsating steadily, evoking the impression that they were breathing. As you ventured closer, the nearest lantern-shaped flower turned its radiant face towards you, resembling a subtle and silent greeting. In response, you gently touched its petal, and the light within the flower warmed in response, creating a domino effect among neighboring blooms, causing the field to glow more intensely. Following the trail of the lantern flower field, you discover a grand wooden gate at the far end, its surface covered in twisting moss. A faint whisper emanates from within, reminiscent of the soothing sound of distant ocean waves lapping softly against the shore, promising a new environment beyond. Steeling yourself, you step through the gate, and the air takes on a different character. The scent of lantern flowers replaced by the invigorating freshness of sea breeze, and a potent touch of saltiness. A vast expanse of shoreline stretches out to both sides as you pass through the gate, the silver-tinged moonlight casting an otherworldly glow upon the landscape. The stillness of the ocean creates an illusion of frozen time, each ripple barely perceptible as the sea gently undulates. Closer observation reveals that the water is in fact alive, albeit in a subtle manner. The slow rhythmic movements suggest a lulling, almost breathing motion that lulls the senses. In the distance, soft golden orbs dance across the surface, carried by unseen tides. The familiar voice of the keeper resonates behind you, their presence a source of reassurance and tranquility in the night's silent landscape. You have traversed far, they acknowledge, and you listen intently. Yet this shoreline represents a tranquil midpoint, a place where journeys pause, allowing the heart to find respite. The keeper then gestures towards the sea, where countless glowing orbs float gently, drifting toward their unknown destinations. These bright points you observe are the dreams still wandering, eventually to find the hearts they're destined to enlighten with their purpose. On this night, you have an opportunity to contribute You and the keeper make your way to an immaculately smooth stone seat, situated at the water's edge. The cool touch of sand against your feet, coupled with the soft whispers of the breathing ocean, creates a soothing atmosphere. The distant horizon begins to take on a hazy silver tint, and the golden orbs drifting across the water grow more distant, gradually disappearing into the distance. The weight of drowsiness settles over you, and you sense a gentle pull toward slumber. As though the land itself is beckoning you to surrender to rest, gaze drifts upwards, observing the night sky transform before your eyes. The stars, once seemingly a fixed array, now flickered as if stirring to life. They were not racing through the heavens, but rather drifting slowly like graceful lanterns carried by a gentle breeze. Some stars gently moved closer, their luminescence intensifying enough for their reflections to cast a captivating dance across the tranquil ocean's surface. Others began to fade, gradually disappearing into the distance, eventually becoming mere memories of light against the horizon. The mysterious figure of the keeper stands beside you, their enigmatic expression betraying no emotion. They speak softly, the quiet of the night magnifying their words. These twinkling entities you see in the sky are travelers, they explain gently. Some have been in motion for ages, and they are drawn to this place to take a rest before resuming their journey. Gradually, you comprehend that the shore's role is not confined solely to your presence. It serves as a sanctuary for the stars, the dreams, and the relics of ancient tales, each carrying their own tales of untold stories. The tranquil soundscape of the shoreline is then gently interrupted by a new soothing hum, one that mirrors the steady rhythm of the sea. It starts softly, as if the faint whisper of wind passing through hollow reeds, gradually growing into the steady, even cadence of the ocean's breathing. You find yourself naturally syncing your own breathing to this rhythm, each inhale filling your chest with a profound sense of calm, while each exhale releases your lingering thoughts and anxieties. With each ebb and flow of the tide, the warmth within you intensifies, washing away your worries one by one, leaving only a profound peace in their place. As you cast your gaze towards the horizon, an ethereal light catches your attention. A pale cloud gracefully shaped like a spiral shell gently floats over the water, moving toward the shoreline. The quiet voice of the keeper instructs, "That is where the ocean preserves its most delicate dreams." As if responding, the cloud lowers, its edges curling gracefully, forming a soft, hollow structure, a gentle invitation akin to a protective nest. The keeper extends their hand, and when you grasp it, you suddenly feel lighter than air, lifting you both effortlessly towards the welcoming cloud nest. The tranquility within the cloud nest is absolute. The only sounds that break the silence are the steady breathing of the ocean and the soft, distant tolls of the pavilion bell. The stars, as if drawn closer, now hang above, their glow as soft and comforting as candlelight behind translucent mist. The keeper offers further guidance in a voice that resembles a soothing lullaby, urging you to close your eyes and allow the shoreline to remember you. You submit to the warm, gentle embrace of the cloud, your body gradually sinking into a state of absolute relaxation. The concept of time fades into relevance within the cloud nest's embrace. You feel neither impatience nor anticipation, only contentment in the present. A subtle, gentle current of air ascends, softly wafting within the haven. As you peer over the edge of the cloud, you notice the ocean below, shimmering with a magical glow under the glow of the moonlight. However, something new now graces the water's surface, adding an element of surprise to this serene scene. You notice a breathtaking sight before you. The surface of the water is now adorned with delicate petals, thousands in number, their forms drifting gracefully, creating spiraling patterns as they gently descend. Each petal is faintly radiant, as if it carries a shimmering fragment of starlight within. The keeper's soft voice echoes beside you. Those are the thoughts people allow themselves to release before surrendering to slumber. Each petal is carried forth, gently guided by the flowing tide, finding solace and tranquility in this very location. The keeper gently adjusts their robe, a subtle gesture that seems to carry a hint of melancholy. They recount their own journey, their voice tinged with a sense of nostalgia. "Long ago I too was a wanderer, in search of a refuge where I could surrender the weight of my burdens," they explain, their gaze drifting upward to meet yours. "Upon discovering this tranquil shore, the sea graciously offered me a place to remain, not eternally, but for as long as I desired. Consequently, it became my duty to nurture the dreams that find their way here." The keeper pauses, a tender smile playing at the corners of their lips, and delivers a profound statement that resonates deeply within you. "Your time here will not match mine," they express with a knowing look, "but this space shall persist in your memory." The weight of their words settles within you like a comforting certainty, leaving a lingering warmth in the depths of your being. The cloud nest gracefully spirals down, bringing you closer to the shoreline where the petals have amassed, creating a soft, luminescent carpet. With the keeper's guidance, you finally set foot upon the warm sand, its surface feeling as though it has been bathed in the glow of the sun despite the presence of the moon. In the distance, the tolling of the bell resonates once more. Its rhythm becomes slower, more pronounced, each toll stretching out longer, leaving a resounding echo in its wake. It now resembles the soft pulse of the world itself, mirroring the steady, relentless passage of time. The keeper stops alongside you, gesturing toward the horizon, where a magnificent archway stands, crafted from iridescent coral and shimmering seashells. They inform you gently that it is the gateway back to your waking world, assuring that it will always linger for you whenever the time is right. There is no immediate pressure to move forward, and you find yourself pausing to simply stand and behold the scene unfolding before you. The captivating moonlight cascades over the rippling sea surface, creating an endless symphony of waves that wash over you like an eternal lullaby, leaving an impression of tranquility and contentment. You remain standing silently, the sea's lulling rhythm a constant presence in your ears. Each wave's relentless advance and retreat, lulling you into an almost meditative state. Time seems to lose all meaning, and the world takes on a hazy, dreamlike quality. For a moment, you are not an individual. You are part of the ocean, the sand, the flowers, the bell. You are all the things the shore remembers. You are all the things people have yet to forget. The wind picks up, blowing in the scent of the flowers mixed with the salty spray of the sea. The petals dance around you, a swirling, glowing cloud caught in the breeze. There is a sense of timelessness, as though you have always been here and will always be here, as unchangeable as the waves themselves. A few minutes more, or a few hours, pass before something finally compels you to act. It feels like a pull on a thread woven through you, not an urgent pull, but a subtle reminder that not all rest can last forever. The pull on that internal thread grows stronger. Although the feeling is gentle, you sense its intensity increasing, like the ebb and flow of the tide. With a sigh, you know it is time to say farewell to this moonlit place. Turning to the keeper, still standing silently beside you, you offer them a grateful nod, acknowledging the wisdom they have shared. With one final look, you commit the sea, the petals, the archway to your memory. These things you know will stay with you always. As you prepare to bid your final goodbye, the keeper speaks again, their voice carrying a note of quiet finality. When you return to your world, they advise, do not forget the things you have learned here. Let your heart guide you, just like the ocean guides its tide. Wherever you go, the shore will remember you. With those words, the keeper steps back, and you turn towards the archway, standing patiently on the horizon, waiting to lead you back to your world. Your heart is heavy, a reminder that even the memories you hold so dearly must eventually be left behind. But for just a few more moments, you linger. The sand beneath your feet seems to whisper encouragement. The sea's lulling you one more time, and the stars shine down upon you like silent, watchful eyes. Finally, with a sense of finality, you take a step forward, the sand shifting slightly underfoot. The sound of the waves becomes distant, like a song that is slowly drawing to a close. And before you stands the shimmering archway formed from woven coral and seashells. As you step beneath its cool shadows, the air changes. The scent of lantern flowers fades, replaced by a more familiar earthy smell. You can scarcely hear the bell chiming in the far distance, and the sea is nothing more than a memory,